Let's get started. It's 5 o'clock on the dot. Let's start the shampoo and conditioner training. We are all so excited for this, dropping tomorrow. And if Brian lets me tell you the time, I will maybe get that out of him. He'll have to give me the okay on that. But we are super excited to learn from Zoe herself on the different benefits of each one and maybe how to decide for your customers which one they should use. So over to you, Zoe.
Yay! Um, so excited, guys. Sorry, one second. I am going to share my screen. Oops. So excited to talk about these with you guys. So I'm going to kind of go over in detail getting my full screen, the all the benefits of the shampoos and conditioners. So as you know, we're getting ready to launch, and we have our hydration set, which is known as Infinity, or Infinity shampoo and conditioner. And that is for anyone who needs extra moisture, anyone who has dry hair, damaged hair. If you feel like your hair is tangly and you always are needing a little, extra moisture, then Infinity is definitely for you. If you tend to heat style your hair a lot, if you use a blow dryer, if you use a flat iron a lot, curling iron, Infinity is going to help with that. So what it is, it's a sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner that helps to add moisture to your hair. So it doesn't dry your hair out like so many other shampoos and conditioners. It's sulfate-free. It's great for color-treated hair. And what it does is it helps to smooth the cuticle, align the hairs. So when you comb it, you're not getting that breakage. So people are asking a lot about, like what do you need a conditioner for if you have density? And it's a great question because density is an awesome conditioner. It's Yep.
I think your screen's black right now. Can you try hopping
Oh,
back so we can see? Yeah, I was like, it's all black. Is it just black for me? But I think it's black for us right now.
okay. Share it. Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Let me try that one more time.
All good. Perfect.
So now you can see it. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Um, okay, but if I enter full screen mode, it does. Okay, I'm not going to complicate things. Okay. So did you see any of these slides or no? Yes, no, now you're muted. Okay, I'll just keep going. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the density versus the conditioners. So the conditioners, yes, also conditioning, but density is all about actually repairing and strengthening the hair from within. Whereas the conditioners you can use daily and are more about aligning the hair and preventing breakage. So think of the conditioners as, keeping your hair detangled and the hairs are aligned. So when you go to brush it, you have less resistance, and that keeps your hair from breaking as you're combing and brushing it and styling it. Whereas density goes in and actually repairs the existing damage and smooths down the cuticle and locks it in. So conditioner, that's your daily detangler. It's going to help keep things, from breaking in the first place. And then density comes in and repairs existing damage. So they are different. And we're getting questions from folks who have fine hair saying, like, I'm afraid to use both. I'm afraid to use it all. And that's a really great question. So what I recommend is, use your density once a week, make sure that you're maintaining the strengthening, and then continue to use that conditioner every time you wash your hair and just substitute density once a week. Some people are like, well, I only wash my hair once a week. In which case I would say just substitute it every other time. But what I've been asking around the girls in our lab who have fine hair, who have been using these products and already have kind of done the guesswork and, figured out what works. And let's take Vanessa. She has fine hair. What she likes to do, she uses the volume. shampoo and conditioner every time, and then once a week uses the density, and she'll actually use it as a leave-in. So she just takes a small pea-sized amount and works it in to the middle and the ends of the hair, keeps it away from the roots. Always keep it away from your scalp and your roots, because conditioner is not for your roots, conditioner is not for your scalp. That is the hair that does not need it. Um, but some people with fine hair actually prefer to use density as a leave-in treatment, because you have more control over how much you're putting in your hair and how much you're actually leaving in. You can just like eyeball, okay, I only want this tiny little pea-sized amount, put it in, brush it through, and be on your way. And that way you still get the strengthening, you're still repairing that existing damage, but you're not weighing down your hair too much. So going back to kind of just breaking down, what's in the Infinity products. So these are really, really excellent. It's a smoothing formula. So if you have frizz, Infinity is an excellent, excellent frizz tamer. So a lot of us who have like on the wavier side, curlier side, that's why we're recommending Infinity for curly hair types, because curly hair tends to lack moisture, tends to be frizzy, and Infinity is perfect for that. It smooths it, it tames it, it detangles, and it just gives you that really nice, smooth, shiny hair. We're having people report after using Infinity 3-4 times that they're never going to get a keratin treatment again, which I'm so excited about. And I completely agree, because I used to get keratin treatments and I'm using the Infinity and I'm like, it really, really smooths your hair. It's incredible. And then the volume set. So this is for anyone who wants bigger hair fast. It works after one use. This is, whereas I would say the Infinity is more like buildable results over time. Use it 2 or 3 times and then you're like, wow, I've got this really smooth frizz-free hair. I would say volume gives you instant texture, instant volume. Use it once and I guarantee if you want bigger hair, you will love this. So volume is all about adding texture, all about adding volume, bigness. And so if you have fine hair, if you have thin hair, if your hair doesn't hold a curl, if it tends to be on just the flatter side, then the volume shampoo and conditioner is for you. And it's very light. It's not drying. A lot of volume shampoos and conditioners are very, very drying, and they almost just suck the moisture out of your hair. And this does not do that. Now, we don't add a ton of detanglers to the formula because that will weigh it down. But you're not drying out the hair. It's giving you that weightless conditioning. So you're going to get body, you're going to get volume, you're going to get texture. It's going to thicken the strands. And it's something that everyone who uses this that I know who has, fine hair, like really straight, can't hold a curl, just always wants more volume, they're blown away by this formula. So really, really exciting for all of our friends who have fine hair. What do the formulas have in common? So they will both make your hair more manageable, more shiny. They will both align the hair to help prevent the breakage. They will both promote a healthy scalp. So they both have pHs around 5, which is the pH of your skin. So it's helping to promote that healthy scalp. And then they also both have an anti-pollution complex, which helps to keep your hair cleaner longer. So you will find that when you use these shampoos and conditioners that you can get a little extra time in between your shampoos, because it helps to prevent dirt and any kind of particles from sticking to your hair and from sticking to your scalp. And I will get more into that in detail, but I'm going to go just quickly through the volume first in detail. So it's, again, fine, thin, flat hair. You want bigger hair. Sulfate free, vegan. It's great for color treated hair. And it's got just great natural ingredients like rose water, which we partnered with this amazing company out of California that grows all of the roses and makes the rose water. And it's just great to have that kind of, um, those relationships with our partners. Vitamin B5, which is also known as panthenol, green tea, which is an awesome antioxidant, and chia seed extracts. So, again, just like the Infinity, it has the anti-pollution complex, and that's going to help your hair feel cleaner longer. So how does it give you volume? So this is all about the positive and negative charges of your hair. So it has these invisible fibers. You can't see them. That are magnetized to these specific spots all down your hair, where like in between each where the cuticle comes up, and it magnetizes there and it boosts it, it sticks to it, and then gives you this just amazing texture and thickness to the hair. And you will get results after just one wash. But it's cool. It's like these like invisible little um, workers that help to stick to the hair and make each one thicker. Um, then we have the Infinity again for dry, damaged hair. Bleached hair. It's great for bleached hair. If you have a lot of frizz, flyaways, if your hair just feels brittle, like it breaks a lot, then the Infinity is definitely for you. It is also sulfate-free, vegan, gluten-free. Again, has the rose water, the panthenol, the green tea, and the chia, and helps to align and detangle the hair to prevent breakage and prevents all of those particles like in the air, the pollution, the dirt, oil from sticking to your hair and your scalp, and that will help it feel cleaner longer. So we get longer time between each shampoo, which we all need, right? Um, so how does it help to smooth your hair? How do you get that anti-frizz effect? So I know I talked a little bit before about, the analogy of like the healthy hair that floats and then the damaged hair sinks because it has holes in it. And you can see here, we really did the test, and you have the actual hairs in water, and you can see that. And I've heard of people kind of tracking over the years who will actually do this test on their own hair, just to kind of like check in with their own hair health and be like, where is my hair? Like, am I actually, repairing it? So they'll do the test and they'll put their hair in the water. And it's not common, but people do this. Uh, so the damaged hair, it's got the holes in it, and it's these, kind of like chunks that come out of the hair, and it's like that's where it's more fragile, and that's where it breaks. So what we want to do is we want to seal it in, and so you can smooth the actual cuticle of the hair. And how it does that is it forms what's called a coacervate. So it's when you shampoo the hair, it has what's called a micellar system, and it basically creates a charge that leaves the lipids on the hair, on the cuticle, and they stick to it and they smooth it out. So that gives you that frizz-free shine and that smooth cuticle, so you don't have the frizz. Um, and it's really cool to have that kind of smoothing action, and then to still have the anti-pollution uh, to keep your hair cleaner longer. So not only is it anti-frizz, but it's clean. So those two properties don't tend to coexist that often in hair products. You kind of go like one or the other. Like a lot of frizz products, they use tons of silicones and oils that weigh down your hair, and your hair doesn't feel clean, and you have to wash it more, and then you dry it out more. Whereas we combine these technologies that are compatible, that do smooth the hair, that do give you the anti-frizz, but then also keep it clean longer. So it's, I think, a very unique balance, and one of the reasons why I think the Infinity is, really popular. Um, and then just kind of a detail on the pollution shield in all the formulas. So it's a combination of chia seed extracts, green tea, trehalose, which is a natural humectant, and let's see if I can say this right, arabinoidopsis, galactan, which is derived from a Brazilian tree. So it literally coats that hair and prevents anything from sticking to it. So you see in the photo, it's like this little shield kind of. And it's a sugar-based biopolymer, and it has this really long-lasting coating that basically enables you to get more time in between each shampoo, um, which is super exciting. And then if you look in at the test they did, it's actually what we used was charcoal to see, because charcoal is, it's like very visible dirt, right? So we looked at a hair dipped in charcoal, which is on the left, and then a shampoo and conditioner without this shield in it in the middle. So the same base, the same shampoo and conditioner, because we wanted to prove that it's not just this shampoo and conditioner, and it's about the same. And then when you add that final shield, which is the final theorem product on the right, you see how much cleaner that hair is, that this charcoal just doesn't even stick to it. It just stays clean. And you will notice, like, I notice especially, my scalp is just not as, like, it doesn't feel as dirty after a couple days. And I'm like, oh, I think I can, extend my time, which is really exciting. And that is the last kind of detail that I wanted to mention on the differences between the formulas. I also want to mention that these massagers with the shampoo are amazing. I absolutely love to use both formulas with this massager. You just get into the scalp and just like, oh, I like purr, I think, like a cat when I use this thing. And it helps, to boost the foam, and the massage is awesome. And it's so good for your scalp, to massage your scalp. So I'm like, all about these. And then I wanted to jump into the questions that we got. We got some really, really good questions. So I'm just going to dive right in. So first question is, can these be mixed and matched? Like, can you use the moisturizing shampoo with the volumizing conditioner? And I feel like this is such an like, you guys are like, this is such an advanced like question. Like, you're already mixing and matching, and I'm like so excited that like we're already on this level with the shampoos and conditioners. And yes, absolutely, you can mix and match. I've done it a little bit, and some people just know exactly what their hair needs. They're like, I need the volumizing shampoo, but I need more detangling, so I'm going to use the Infinity conditioner. Or some people are like, I don't need, that much strong, like I need like a more gentle conditioning shampoo, so they might use the Infinity shampoo, and then finish with the volume conditioner, which is actually what I did the last time I styled my hair. So if you're unsure how to mix and match, or I say acquaint yourself with both formulas first, and kind of see how they work and play with them. They definitely work great, as their own individual sets, and you don't have to ever mix and match, but some people like to. I tend to kind of trade off more often than not. So I might use Infinity like 2 or 3 times in a row, because my hair tends to be on the drier side, and then just, I'll mix it up and do one volume cycle, and it's like, have the big hair, and it's fun, and then I'll usually go back, because for some people who do have drier hair or more damaged hair, you'll find that, if you use the volume over and over and over, you might like need a little more moisture, so you might want to use the Infinity, or just, density is really also great for kind of restoring, that to your hair if you need a little bit of extra oomph. Next question. I have wavy and curly hair, but desperately need the volume. So there was a post on Instagram that said that they recommend straight hair types use volume and curly hair types use Infinity. So why? Another great question. So we kind of wanted to make a cheat sheet that covers most cases, but it doesn't cover all of them. So it's it's rare, but some people who have wavy and curly hair do need volume. Because the more textured your hair, the more wave and curl you have, you tend to not need as much volume. But some people do. So absolutely, 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 you can use volume on curly hair. I do it, and I I love the days when I have like the big curly crazy hair. Um, but in general, curly hair, because of the shape of the hair, it's more of like an oblong than an actual circle, and it tends to have more damage, and it tends to be drier. So that's why in general, I would tell somebody who has curly hair, you're going to want to use the Infinity just to kind of restore the moisture to your hair. That being said, if you need volume, use the volume, or mix and match. You can use the volume shampoo and then the Infinity conditioner, but you know what your hair needs. So definitely, if you have curly hair and you're like, I need the volume, do the volume. There's definitely no like hard and fast rules that are going to apply to everybody. Everybody has different hair. Some people even have, like some of their hair is curly and some of their hair is straight, or they might need the Infinity when it's humid out and they need more smoothing, they need more frizz reduction. And then they might find that in the winter when it's really dry, they need more volume. So it could even be seasonal. You kind of just have to figure out like, what does my hair need at this moment? Does it need more moisture? Is it dry? Or do I want bigger hair with more texture and volume? Um, some other tips for adding volume to curly hair. Again, we have like, the square root is good for boosting your roots, and then also styling your hair upside down. So a lot of times if you have, wavy or curly hair and you tend to lose volume at the root because it stretches out. I tend to have that problem. So like this part of your hair will be a lot curlier. And what you can do is then just kind of like flip your hair, put the square root in, and then diffuse it upside down, and that'll help to restore volume to the roots of your hair. Okay, next question. I would like to know how to use these products with the whole method, especially density. I have baby fine hair, which can weigh it down. So we kind of talked about this. I used Vanessa as an example of somebody who uses the volume shampoo and conditioner religiously and then swaps in density once a week in place of the conditioner. So she'll use the shampoo and then the conditioner to rinse. And then on days when she's only using the shampoo and the conditioner, the volume shampoo and conditioner, she'll just put a pea-sized amount of the density in the hair from here down, just to give it that extra strength, because you want to maintain the strength. And while the shampoos and conditioners, they'll help you prevent breakage and give you smoother hair, they're not going to actually repair the breakage like you would with density. Another question, how to use density with the shampoos and conditioners. Let's see. Okay, I would like to know the benefits of using our entire product line together and not using the over-the-counter shampoos and conditioners so we can educate our clients. Very good question. So I would say that these shampoos and conditioners are so superior to anything that you're going to find in the drugstore. And having worked on a lot of drugstore products and knowing the cost targets that they have to meet and the volume, and like they're making 32 ounces of shampoo and they're selling it for a couple dollars, and it really matters when you're formulating these products. And so we spared no expense on these. It is the cream of the crop when it comes to ingredients. Our team was so excited to work on these because of all of the ingredients and technologies that we were able to use. The anti-pollution shield, the sleek, which is the one that helps to coat the hair. You can't put those kind of ingredients in a drugstore shampoo and conditioner. It's just we just have so much more access to these incredible technologies with these formulas. And another thing that's really cool about these is we design them to have a pH of around 5, which is the pH of your scalp, and it's around the pH of your hair too. So most shampoos on the market are sulfate based, and sulfates have to have a pH higher than 5, way higher than 5. And if they go below that, they completely disintegrate. So it's problematic when you're using sulfates on your skin and your hair because they have a higher pH, and it's irritating and it damages your hair, it damages your scalp, it damages your skin. It's just too aggressive and it's just too high of a pH. It's not something that I recommend. So we are using a sulfate free system so that we can get that lower pH. So it doesn't, the thing about sulfate free systems is they don't give you that crazy foam, and they don't leave you with the squeaky kind of dry feel afterwards, which is a good thing because that squeaky clean feel is generally a sign that your hair is being dried out, damaged, and is going to break. So if you are using a drugstore shampoo and your hair feels like squeaky clean and you have tons of lather, be suspicious because they're using cheap ingredients at a higher pH that are just drying your skin and your hair out, and it's not good for the long-term health of your hair. So it's better to use a sulfate-free system that is going to be at yet that healthy pH for your skin and your hair, and you're going to be able to maintain that strength and have the healthy hair and scalp that you want. And then the anti-pollution blend, you're not going to find ingredients like that that are going to actually help to keep your hair cleaner longer. Next question. So how do we know if we should get infinity or volume? So I would say if your hair tends to be dry, tangled, hard to comb, frizzy, or bleached, definitely go with the infinity. And then if you tend to have more of the like a fine, flat hair type that tends to feel dirty and greasy quickly, won't hold a curl, even if even with hairspray, then volume is definitely the one for you. And if you're unsure, I think the question you have to ask yourself is, do I want bigger hair? And if you want bigger hair, then use the volume because it really will give you bigger hair. And if you don't want bigger hair, then I recommend the infinity. And then the question, why do we need conditioners if you use density every time you shampoo? So just to kind of recap, yes, the conditioners detangle, and yes, density detangles, but they protect the hair in different ways. So the conditioners, they align the hair and prevent it from breaking when you're combing through it, and that will help to prevent breakage. But the density actually repairs it and is better for kind of the long-term strengthening of your hair. So they work together and they work on different pathways to promote strong hair, but they don't work in the same way. Let's see. How does Kerastase compare to the Thera method? So Kerastase is owned by L'Oreal, and they use a lot of the same formulas and technologies, and they tend to use just fancier packaging and fancier fragrances. This is what I've heard from anonymous sources. But you tend to pay more for really just the packaging and the fragrance with that kind of brand. You're kind of paying for the brand. You're paying for really expensive fragrances and things like that, and you're not paying so much for the functional ingredients and the technology because it's better for them because they have one manufacturing plant to just kind of use all of their same L'Oreal formulas. And now I have a not shampoo and conditioner related question. So it says, I've had a few gentlemen ask about square root. If you hit a desired level of hair growth from using it every day, can you stop and use it just as maintenance, say once a week? So I don't have any testing to show what square root does when you use it once a week. But I invite them to play around with it, of course, at their own risk. I can't promise, what their results will be. Um, I personally use it probably 3 times a week, and I still see an improvement. Like I can tell if I've been missing my square root, I will start to notice. Um, will the results be as dramatic as if you use it every day? I doubt it. But, if you're at a point where you just feel like you need the maintenance, then I think, it's up to you. If you want to try using it 2 or 3 times a week or twice a week, and kind of see how it goes, I think that's a good starting point to just kind of play with the products and figure out what works for you. There's no, I guess there are no like rules on how frequently you need to use it. Um, and that is the last of the questions that I have. Let's see. I think I have. I just wanted to see if you guys have any other questions. And what does the chia seed extract do? Okay, so the chia seed extract is part of the anti-pollution blend. So it's one of the biopolymer matrix that is actually coating the hair and preventing the dirt and the oil from sticking to it. That is the function of the chia seed extract in the formula. Let's see. I'm thinking about buying both shampoos because sometimes I want moisture and frizz-free hair, and sometimes I want volume. Which conditioner should you get? So I would say if you need more detangling, then get the Infinity. That's going to have a stronger detangling property because detangling ingredients tend to be a little bit heavier and more moisturizing. So we have more of that in the Infinity formula. Too much detangling can weigh down the hair, which is why we have a lighter detangling action in the volume. So I guess I would say, definitely mix up the shampoos. And if you need more detangling, go with Infinity. And if you need less, then go with Volume. Let's see. I think we lost. Did we lose Sarah? I think we did. Just gonna scan in here for any other questions. Did I miss anybody? I love seeing the teams like Team Volume, Team Infinity. Just awesome, guys. I love the feedback. Will these massagers be available? I will find out. Isn't it true you can use too much conditioner? Yes, you can use too much conditioner. I would say especially one of the issues with using too much conditioners is when you use it, too close to your scalp. Conditioner, it's moisturizing, but it's not the kind of moisture that you need for your scalp. It's designed for your hair. So you definitely want to keep conditioners as far away from your scalp as possible. I do know with short hair, that's easier said than done. Like, how do you keep conditioner away from your scalp when you have short hair? A lot of people with short hair don't even use conditioner because they don't need the detangling so much. But I would say, yes, you can use too much conditioner, but I would say only towards your roots. I don't know that you can use too much conditioner on this part of your hair. I mean, I tend to use a lot. If you have dry hair, you use a lot of conditioner. And I think that's all. Such good questions, guys. I'm excited.
Yes, so much. Oh my gosh, you gave us like liquid gold information. Like we are thanking you so much. One question that I personally have, because I know the formulation of it a little bit, is that the shampoo and everything is a little bit thicker. Is there a specific way that's best to use the shampoo? Like, does it need more water? Does it like that type of thing?
Good question. And yes, so you'll find this with sulfate-free systems is that they don't get that crazy foaming action. But on the other hand, they're not drying out your skin and your hair. So um, the way that you want to build up the lather is I recommend, apply it, massage it into your scalp um, while your hair is damp, and then add a little more water to it. So you can do that by either like going back under the shower for a second, or you can take a little extra water in your hands and kind of splash it on. And then when you kind of reintroduce that lather, it will build the foam a lot better. And you'll get that kind of like that lather that you're used to getting from more of like a sulfate free shampoo. It just takes a little extra water to get there. And you
Definitely.
can even use it twice. That's what a lot of sulfate free brands also will recommend is like, use it once, rinse, and then use it again. It's kind of the same kind of like mechanism that allows it to foam because you're basically just getting more water introduced into the system. And then, obviously the more oil that you have on your scalp, the less it's going to foam. So once you kind of do round one and get rid of the oil, and you put it on again, then it foams like crazy because oil and foam
Yeah.
do not go well together. So that's the reason that okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I think that'll be definitely valuable to like share.
Barbara says, can you explain the science between mixing density and sugar pie in your hand? I have fine thin hair. It's giving me great results. Yay! I totally agree. It's interesting because I didn't really think about it till now, but I think that what you're seeing is probably an enhanced deposition of the vitamin C in the sugar pie because of the density. So it's helping to deliver it to the hair shaft and making it stick better. That's what I think might be happening. But yeah, I'm so glad that it's that combination is working for you. Is that when you're leaving it on, or is that when you're like as a mask and then you're rinsing it off? That you're mixing them together like that, because you can do it either way. You can either mix them together and use it kind of like as a mask, leaving it on. Great. Yes, awesome. That's great. Yeah, I love doing that. It's like, and I like mixing products too. Just feel like mad scientist.
Yes.
Yes, I put density on dry hair too. Yes, absolutely. Helps to tame, smooth, and then you always get that kind of extra strengthening action. It's funny because I'll be using the full line and my hair will get so strong that I sometimes it's like I almost forget to use density and then I use it again. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like it's just an amazing product, and it's definitely really, really good for maintenance once you kind of rebuild that strength to your hair. It's almost easy to forget that your hair was ever breaking, but you got to keep the density at least once a week so that you can maintain it.
Awesome. So I think we'll have time for like 1 to 2 more questions, and then we'll wrap up because we don't want to take all of your night asking you all these wonderful questions, but maybe just like 1 or 2 more.
Yeah. For the question about Pureology, I know Pureology is also sulfate free. I'd have to look in a little more detail at their formulas to give you like a detailed comparison, but they do have, they have nice sulfate free formulas. And Barbara mentioned that her hair is really staying cleaner longer, and so exciting. It's exciting when you see the studies on these ingredients and you see the data, but to actually like see it in action and see that your hair is cleaner longer and to have people share that with you is amazing. If you use the volume shampoo and infinity conditioner, do you still get bigger hair? Yes, not as big as if you use both volume sets together. I think that if you really use the volume shampoo and volume conditioner, that's going to give you the biggest hair, and then a little square root. But yes, you'll get some volume, but just not as much if you switch them out. But you can play with it and see what you like best.
Perfect. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty. So we'll wrap up here so we don't spend too much time in your like night. But we are super excited for these pre-ordering tomorrow at some point. We will announce it. We'll send a notification when it goes live. Everybody thanks Zoe in the comments. We appreciate her so much. She's such a valuable like resource and just knows everything and anything about these products. So we appreciate you so much. And yeah, let us know in the community group if you have any other questions. And I am always in contact with Zoe about getting those questions answered for you guys. But yes, have a great rest of your evening and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
You too. Bye, Zoe.
Bye.